Daniel DIEKMANN is one of the last residents still living in this large apartment block in the heart of Berlin. Of the 101 flats, 85 have been empty for years, with the company who bought it fighting legal battles to demolish the block to make way for new apartments.
It is empty and so many people are looking for a house in Berlin.
Yeah, that's the scandal.
While most residents have left, DIEKMANN decided to stay, despite receiving threats and his car being set on fire.
We are furious. When did this happen to us? When did housing turn into a commodity? Why is housing being traded on the stock market? How is it possible that a public good is being used to make such astronomical profits?
Rents have skyrocketed as global investments have poured into Berlin real estate. In a referendum, more than 1 million Berliners, 57.6% of those who voted, chose in favor of buying out companies that own more than 3,000 apartments.
Berlin's character is changing, with old buildings making place for new ones, leaving some long-term residents not much choice but to move elsewhere. It's a pattern that exists in most European cities, but here in Berlin they have made it clear they are fed up.
The referendum was based on provisions in the German constitution that explicitly says property can be expropriated when it's for the public good. But this legal expert believes the plan will be overturned in court.
In Germany we have Article 15 in the Constitution, which says that nationalization is possible, but it's subject to what applies to every action by the state. It has to be proportionate. And there are many other more effective alternatives. Nationalization won't cause a single new apartment to be built. And building new apartments and many other measures are certainly more important than nationalization.
Campaigners in favor of the measure don't agree. They say several legal opinions show that expropriation is possible.
We want the will of Berlin's population to be implemented. We know it takes a while to draft a law. The question is whether they really want to do it or whether the city government's trying to hold it up and kick it into the long grass. That's something we won't accept. We've just had the most successful referendum in Berlin's history.
For most of Daniel DIEKMANN's neighbors, the referendum came too late, and soon he too might have to move elsewhere.
Wem gehört eigentlich die Stadt? Wer ist das eigentlich?
Whose city is it? Does it just belong to the big corporations, driven by the stock market, whose only purpose is to make profits for their shareholders at any cost? So my next question is, what kind of life do we want in this city?
A question that politicians here are going to have to answer. Stopp, Vaessen, Al Jazeera in Berlin.